Hey guys, Hijinx here, and I'm back with a video. This video is going to be something that we've discussed a little bit. I've talked to a few people about. I think I mentioned in a few live streams my response to my Fallout 76 review. Now we've played it since then. As you play a game, you see more things. I feel like at the time I just kind of got my hands on it. I was so in love with the game. I didn't actually get to really experience the game. So there are some things that maybe I said that I feel like have changed now since playing it more and really being able to full on sit down with the game and really analyze it 100%. Do I think the game is good? Yeah, I still think it's a good game. But that's my personal opinion. I do know there's things that need to improve, though, and we're going to look at those as well. So this is also kind of a what can Fallout 76 do to improve? What can Bethesda do to make the game better? To do that, we have to look at what's good about Fallout 76, and we have to look at the past Fallout games. The reason why I say that is because some of the improvements could be taken from past Fallout games. So without further ado, let's hop into this video, guys, and just don't be afraid to disagree or agree, whatever you guys feel. Comment that down below. Don't be afraid to hit that like or dislike, whatever you guys feel. If you want to see more of these kinds of videos, let me know, and we can keep them coming. But yeah, don't be afraid to tell me whatever your guys' opinions are. I am open to hear anyone's view. I know that some people love this game, some people really don't love this game, and some people are kind of neutral, and I'm really interested in hearing all those points of view. I have a friend that actually does not like Fallout 76, and I totally understand where he's coming from. He's talked to me about it, and actually, some of the reasons he doesn't like Fallout 76, we're going to touch on how that can be improved in this one. So let's look at the things that Fallout 76 does successfully. One, there are some really aesthetically pleasing moments. Looking at the game, there are some times you play this game and you're just in awe at the beauty. It's not all the time. The game isn't perfect graphically, but there are these moments of just pure bliss. And I think that that's wonderful, and I think we should keep with those. I think that that's something that we could really utilize more of, that there are these really beautiful moments. And I think with a few more beautiful moments, and maybe even enhancing beautiful moments, the game could aesthetically improve. Now, I know it's an online game, so sometimes it's going to be hard to kind of work that kind of stuff out, but I feel like, with it already being out as well, there's only so much they can do, but the game has these beautiful moments, and I think that's something that this game does really well. Whether it be on top of the mountain or through the light in the trees, there are definitely some great moments. Another thing is the map size. There is so much to explore. I love that. There is so much to explore, and that is a wonderful thing about this game. They really did a great job in creating this environment that you can really, really explore and search out. However, there's a downside to this, and we will jump into that when we get to what's wrong and how to improve that. So with that in mind, there's a lot of variety in where to go. So that's another thing they do really, really well. The camp mechanic, like how you build and all that for your campsite, moving your campsite, all that, I feel like they did a really good job of that as well. And they don't give you like a small space. They give you a decent space to really build what you need to build. I think that's really, really good. I'm a really big fan of it. I think they do a really good job with how to build your camp. PvP, the idea that you have to attack someone and they can attack you back to really get into it, I think that was a really good change as well. Because you know what? I could see how that could go wrong. You're doing a mission, someone sneaks up behind you, and it can go all wrong. I like that. I like that it has to be initiated. I think it'd be a little bit better though if they had to say yes or no, because sometimes you accidentally hit someone, which, as you can see in some of my Fallout 76 plays, my friend Dark, he'll go and he'll hit someone and then he'll jump in front of them to initiate the combat, because for like resources and stuff, which isn't a bad thing. That's that's something that other players do as well, but so that's something else that maybe if we had that you hit them and they have to say yes or no, or accept or decline, something of that nature. I feel like the hit thing could be improved as well. But also it's nice that they have little areas where you can really farm out materials. There's like a lumber mill you can go to. There are little spots you can really go and farm out what you need, and I really like that's in there. And I think that's what they do well. Now I'm going to look at something. I'm going to grab just like maybe 2 or 3 things from past Fallout games that I think could really do well in improving Fallout 76. Something, though, that I want to say is that Fallout is known for having an immersive story. Fallout 76 does not have that same immersive story, and the reason why is because it is told to you 100%, not shown at all. You really don't get to see anything with the story. And part of how you got to see it in the past games where, like there was the credits, or, there were characters, the human NPCs. And just, I feel like the holotape way of just you plug in the holotape and hear the story to you, I get, you can move and continue with the story. But I don't know. I think we need a human NPC to tell us what's going on. I think we need something. And that's the thing, is that Fallout's always done a great job with an immersive story. Sometimes you heard it, but most of the time you saw it, and I think they did a great job with that. And they, had really good human NPCs. And the karmatic system in the past games, the idea of, good and bad, this act improved your karma, this act decreased your karma. I would like to see a karma system, and the reason why is because there's not really much reason to not attack someone. Like, for instance, maybe if you're level 20 and you attack a level 5 fresh in PvP, maybe you lose karma because you're asserting over top of someone that's significantly less level than you. And things like that. I just feel like there would be cool to see something where there's something if you look above someone's name, maybe it has a symbol saying they have bad karma, so to look out. I don't know. But a karmatic system also helped with some of your choices in Fallout games. You had to make a choice. And in fact, Red Dead uses a karma system to a degree, kind of, where you're killing other players and you're losing your thing. You're hog-tying other players. You're losing your honor. And if you're doing good deeds, helping out the sheriff and stuff, you're gaining honor. So I think that's another thing we could look at, is maybe adding a karma system. This is good, this is bad, and having there be some form of reward for being good, or having something for being bad, different rewards for each different side. Not punishing someone for playing a different way, but showing the two sides of the coin, good karma, bad karma, even keeping some neutral karma. I feel like karma would be a really good addition to the game, and that really helped in my experience in the past. But also, in the past Fallout games, there was just so much. It seemed like there was more to do. There are events in Fallout 76 that are infinite, there are tons of enemies you're going to run into constantly, but there was just something. I just felt like there was more to do. There was more side quests, but maybe that's because I saw so many and wanted to get immersed in them. But, but I felt like the past Fallout games didn't feel as empty. I felt like there was a lot of nice fills. There was not a lot of nice towns, even that didn't have missions you could just go to. And this comes with the human NPCs, where you could just go to these nice towns and you'd have it on your map, and you could there needs to be something more to immerse you into the world. The past Fallout games immersed you into more than just the story, but the world with these towns. That maybe they had a small side quest or something, some didn't. But you would just go there and you could talk to the NPCs and really analyze what's going on. And that would be something nice to see. I like that there's a lot of enemies in Fallout 76, but sometimes I wonder if there's too many, because it's almost like you're constantly using stim packs because you're constantly getting involved in combat. And I feel like if they had some human NPCs or some friendly NPC that you could talk to beyond just robots, they could kind of fill that void. I feel like they felt the need to fill it with more enemies because there weren't enough NPCs, and they're like, all right, well, we just need to fill it with more enemies to kind of keep the game from getting lonely. But that makes the game a lot more lonely, because no matter where you go, you're getting shot and killed by something. I understand, but I just feel like if I wasn't reminded of the storyline or why there aren't any people in Fallout 76, then I probably wouldn't be as understanding, because I wouldn't know, because I really don't pay attention to the holotapes, which is what brings us back to the first point. I really think that we need something to immerse us into the story. We need human NPCs or something. What does Fallout 76 do wrong? Well, with the big map, there's a lot of potential for good things, but honestly, there's so much room and so little people and so little events going on that you just spend most of the game lonely. Evidence of this is that I play on stream a lot. Never really had that experience, because people always join in the stream. They say, hey, let's join up. Yeah, totally. And then we join up, we send friend requests, and we hang out. But where it goes awry is when I went on one day off stream to see a lot of my friends that aren't streamers, like, look, man, just try playing it off stream and seeing how you feel. I played it off stream, and while I had some fun, I could honestly say I was really, really lonely. I never really ran into anyone, unless I tried to run into people. Like, I had to try to run into people. And when you play an online game, you don't want to play the online game where you have to find out where people are. Like, you don't want to play that game where you have to go and really hunt people down to get to them. You want a game where you can bump into people, casually, and not have it be so forced to try to get that interaction with another player. And that just comes from the size of the map, the lack of human NPCs, and so there's so many enemies. You just feel so lonely, and you just want a friendly interaction. And that, that's the long-term solution. To that would be to find a way to slowly integrate human NPCs. But what's a quick solution to that? I have a quick solution for that. Add different types of play. So add maybe party games, which sounds strange, but honestly, in games that big, so for instance, Red Dead Online, we played it early on the channel, and there wasn't a ton of people, but we were able to either run into people just from going into commonly populated areas, like you could do in Fallout 76, but also there were game modes that I could jump to. So maybe having some form of mission load up, which helped integrate you with other people, or something along that lines, or add something that brings players together besides just the standard event that you have to either pay to fast travel to, walk to, and possibly miss. There has to be something else, maybe some more type of game modes to play with people where you can earn a small amount of caps and things like that. There could be something more like the PV, maybe taking it into a death match where you could play death matches with your gear on Fallout 76, where you have the ability to earn food and supplies. Do I think this could be 100% be a fix? No, but it's an option. It's an option that we have. I don't think this is the perfect fix that I'm talking about, but it's something that we could do, which is why I say it's a very short term. It might be really fun in the moment, but overall, I could see it not being as fun later on. But it could be something we could look into. And honestly, the long-term solution of human NPCs, I think that's what we're going to need eventually. Because like I said, the game gets really, really, really lonely. Do I think it's a bad game? Not at all. I think it's a good game. But I can see that there's a lot of flaws. What's another thing I think they should fix? When I was playing in beta, there were not as many bugs as there were that I've encountered in the actual game itself. Since the game was released, I have noticed an increase in bugs, and I've definitely bumped into a few of them. So going in there and getting some bug fixes would definitely be a positive to the gaming experience. So I feel like in the past, I talked about how I kind of reviewed it from the beta standpoint. I said I didn't really encounter a lot of bugs. I didn't feel lonely. Well, since playing then, I can see where all those negative points came from. I do see it. And so what do I think that we should look towards getting more non-human NPCs, look to a possible introduction of different game modes, and looking to getting some bug fixes. And I think those with that we already will have. We have a game that's good, but we have the possibility to really make this game amazing with those tweaks right there. The karmatic system, another good jump in there. It could really immerse you into the world, and immerse you into your relationships with other players. So you could enter in there and cause player relation using the karma system. But again, I don't think I think that there were a few things I said that were miseducated. I didn't say them. I wasn't properly introduced because I only played it in beta, and I was limited in playing when I played beta because I was working, so I had to kind of catch that last hour and a half on it. But that's my response to my review. That's what I think we could do to improve it. Let me guys know what you guys think down below. Don't be afraid to disagree and tell me in the comments. I'm more than willing to talk to you guys about it. I like to kind of talk about and see, because maybe if enough people disagree, I'm willing to change my view. I'll make another response video to this if you want. We can make a whole thing where I try to discuss my views in relation to other views about gaming and such. But I just think that these are some fixes that we could get that could put us on the right track. I think that we have the possibility to have a really good game with the right fixes. And I hope that you guys feel the same. If not, that's okay as well. But let me know down below why you disagree. Don't be afraid to hit the like or dislike button. You guys are all entitled to your opinion. If you don't like the video, don't be afraid to hit the dislike, because that tells me what I should or should not continue making. But I hope you guys all have a great day, and I can't wait to see you at the next live stream or video. Have a great night, guys. Peace.